Let's get ready for our next guest. This was sort of a really cool way that this happened. We ran into each other, I don't know, a week ago or something like that, and I asked this human if they would like to come on What's Poppin'. And when they said yes, they would, I got extremely excited because they are representing something that is classified as a must-see San Francisco experience. Everyone at home, get ready to welcome to What's Poppin' from the SF Neo-Futurists. This is Jeb, everybody. Jeb, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Absolutely. You know, I didn't do this to Aroma, but usually every time we do a show, we have a new house band, I ask the guests when they sit down on the couch, so what do you think of the band up there? So what do you think of the band up there?
Oh, I was grooving, and I related. I also want to do drugs.
Very good, Jeb. Welcome. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Star Wars. What is the internal temperature of a tauntaun?
4,000.
No, it's just lukewarm. Hey, Jeb, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Well, it is Star Wars Day, but I did notice that you have backstage cardboard cutouts of all the heavy hitters from Deep Space Nine.
Absolutely.
So I will say that is where my allegiance is.
So you see, so George asked if we should bring those out for Star Wars Day, and then we didn't. But also, the Rosenthals are big Star Trek fans as well, too. So you're going to be friends. Jeb, who are you?
I'm Jeb. I'm a performance artist. I'm a failed scientist, improviser, musician, guy who's around.
Okay. We have a couple of multifaceted humans as our guest tonight. Actually, and another multifaceted human over here. Even the hater is kind of more deep than I thought he was going to be. I just got to get this out of the way because, Jeb, you are listed on Wikipedia.
I am.
You are on Wikipedia.
I'm on a list with Stephen Colbert, so I'm done.
Congratulations, because this is a massive accomplishment. I yearn for the day that I am on Wikipedia.
For the record, I'm not linked. It does just say Jeb, but
burst. What did Aroma say? Burst that self-doubt bubble. We could have let everyone just believe that you were on Wikipedia, and you are. But you're on there on the Neo-Futurist Wikipedia page. So, Jeb, you have been the co-artistic director of the SF Neo-Futurists since 2024. What is the SF Neo-Futurists?
San Francisco Neo-Futurists is a performance art theater collective, and it's the San Francisco branch of the Neo-Futurists. So the original company is in Chicago, started in the late 80s. There's a New York company as well, and San Francisco's been around since like 2013. Mm-hmm. And we do a show that is now called The Infinite Wrench every Friday and Saturday, and we're all writers and directors and performers together in this ensemble, and we perform every Friday and Saturday. So the show's kind of like always changing with the content that's in it, the people that's in it, sort of an ongoing, ever-changing attempt to do these like 30 short pieces in 1 hour.
Right. Now, it is theater,
yes,
but it is not what most people would imagine theater being. In fact, you call it non-illusory, if I say that right.
That's right.
Theater. What is non-illusory theater?
Non-illusory theater, I mean, in its essence, is just not asking the audience to suspend disbelief. So we don't really do acting. We don't pretend we're doing anything. So any like physical things we're doing on stage, we're doing them for real. There's not a lot of like smoke and mirrors or like, oh, you have to pretend we're in this place, in this time. Like we come out and we are who we are. We're doing what we're doing. And also the audience is like included as part of the show, not just in like getting the show moving along. There's sort of like a way that they choose the order of all the plays, but they also are often like asked to be in a play with us, to like give their own voice to something. Mm-hmm. And it's a really fun way to do theater as a performer, and also for people who maybe haven't always found themselves represented in traditional theater or even like traditional theater. I don't know. You know, there's only so many times you can go see like Oklahoma or whatever before you're like, I get it.
Yeah, it's funny because like what Aroma said about musicals, I'm not hating on musicals. Sorry, Darth Hater, but it's just not my cup of tea, as they say. But what you are doing truly is outside the box, and it is a very interactive thing. Like Like people like. Let's try to agree on some stuff, Jeb, because we really don't know each other that well at all, really. Let's try to agree on some things. An audience should be static during a performance. You can agree with me on that.
Static.
Static. Unmoving, just witnessing.
Disagree.
Disagree. Really?
During your performance?
Okay.
No, I want the audience to be like part of the room and to be, interacting with what's going on. I guess, there's some stuff to be said for like, maybe don't run on stage when somebody's doing something, but I like the idea of a dynamic audience who's like also co-creating the show.
Okay.
So we've already disagreed. We're off to a bad start with
this is a bad start, but I mean, it's important to know that like when you go to one of the shows with the SF Neo-Futurists, you're going to be interactive. Now, this I am 100% sure that you and I can agree on.
Okay.
Okay. There's no doubt. Capitalism is awesome. Hierarchy is essential, and it is super cool that everything is controlled by old, rich, straight white men. We can agree on that.
Oh, we love that. No.
Disagree?
Disagree.
Tell us why.
I mean, for the obvious reasons, capitalism has gotten into this shit show that we're in, and the Neos really try to like work against that in all ways. And I think in the most important way is to like do a non-traditional sort of organizational structure, along with like creating this show that has so many moving parts and so many people. Like we also kind of have to like run the business of this thing, and we are organized collectively. So as co-artistic director, I see us as sort of like, the central hub, and the spokes go out to all the other ensemble members. But we make our decisions by consensus. So everybody has a voice in the room, and everything that we're doing, everyone's like really bought in on, which is cool. And I think that shows up in how we make decisions, like what we're able to speak about, how we're able to like be in solidarity with like certain movements. Like during the teacher strike, we were offering the show for free for San Francisco educators, and stuff like that is very cool to be able to do, and to hopefully show people that they can operate their art and their business of their art like outside of traditional structures, and also make work that's not by old dead white guys. Although like, I love Sondheim, I will say.
I mean, of course. Look, I'm a white guy too. You know what I mean? One day I'll be an old white guy, so I'm not going to hate on myself. Don't say anything, Darth Hater. But no, this is why it's important to talk about this, because we talk about non-traditional theater, outside the box theater. It's not just the performances that are non-traditional. It's the way you run everything, and also what I love about it is it's got the punk rock attitude. When I hear you describe that, I think about 924 Gilman Street in Berkeley, where they have their membership meetings and everything is done by consensus, and it works. And it's been working for a really long time. You said since 2013 here in the city. And so I just want to hover on that for 1 second more. There's more reason than just seeing something wacky and different at one of your shows. You are actually making this business work outside of the system in a way. So 2013, were you around during the piano fight days?
I was for some of it. I joined in 2022, so I caught the tail end. And my first Neo show I saw was at the Piano Fight Big Stage.
That's also the first Neo's show that I saw. I love Piano Fight. Did a lot of music and art there myself. But you were using other people's spaces. Now the Neo-Futurists have a permanent space at 447 Minna Street, right real close to us here. Tell us why it's important to maintain and defend a permanent space, and also what it feels like to have your own space too.
Yeah, I mean, we do still like rent that space, so it's not a permanent home. We do like often share that space with others, but I think that's rad. It's like, I mean, for theater, it's super important to have a place and to have something that's anchored, so that like people know where the show is, but also so that we can sort of like keep building on what we have. A lot of our work like is inspired by where we physically are. Not every play takes place like inside of the theater. Sometimes we go outside to the street. Sometimes like one cast member is like running out to something and they're gone for a while, or we'll use that little park space. So to be able to like have somewhere that we're anchored and there for a long time is also like something that gives us a lot of stability to be able to focus more on the creation of the work and, building up our ensemble without having to worry about like constantly having to like move places or, oh, this place is going to shut down, so now we gotta go. So we are like very happy at 447 Minute, and it's very secure. But we also like keep ourselves pretty nimble, and we don't have a ton of like stuff. You know, it's like a few acting blocks and whatever props we got, the clothesline with the numbers, and that's in the clock, and that's pretty much the show.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll do like stuff here and there at other places.
Yeah. Well, thank you for correcting me on that, because I assumed that was like your permanent space. But I also assumed stuff about Aroma's history as well too. So thank you for correcting me on that.
If anyone wants to give us a permanent space,
we'll talk about that in a second, because there are ways that you can help the SF Neo-Futurists. But I do just want to go back to Piano Fight, because I do believe, I don't think this is wrong, that was actually the original, where you were at 477 Minna is the original Piano Fight space as well too. So there's a long history there as well too. Now let me ask you this, because I said earlier that you were considered one of the must-see or must-do San Francisco experiences. Okay, there's a lot of good press, the Chronicle, you know what I mean, SF Gate, the list goes on and on. How do you respond to bad reviews that are rife with grammatical errors?
I don't know if we've had like a bad review. I recently did just like go through all the like old Google reviews just to like see what that was. And those are kind of funny. Most of the bad ones are like, me and my husband wanted to go out for a nice dinner and a show, and this was a little too weird for us. And I think that's good. I think it should be a little too weird for some people.
Yes.
See it.
So thank you for saying that. So I searched the reviews of the SF Neo-Futurists, and I found one bad review, and it was rife with grammatical errors. Can I read what the review is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was the only bad review. Every other review was good. I cleaned this up a lot just so I could read it off of my cue card, but it took me a while to like translate from all the grammatical errors. But it says, quote, sorry, and there's no punctuation here or anything like that.
We don't need that.
Yeah, and all misspellings, but sorry, but I just didn't get it. Ridiculous waste of time. Too many things to do in this beautiful city to waste here. Maybe I'm too, and then it was like this word salad of like, which I think they meant straight-laced or something like that. If I read that review, I'm like, I'm going to that show.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
So you can take that as a trophy.
Yeah. I think the kind of bad ones are kind of good.
Yeah, but let's get away with like, oh, it's a waste of time and all kind of stuff. Is ridiculous accurate?
I think it can be pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of ridiculous that we're trying to like do all these tiny pieces in an hour in a random order, but it's also kind of ridiculous. Like, you know, we do a lot of like weird mess. There's always kind of like water everywhere. The show sort of like the entropy of the show just grows and grows until that clock goes off.
Yeah.
And you know, we're an ensemble of 16 people, but we perform like 5, 6 at a time, and we work really closely together, so we're all like pretty tight, and we'll often like write plays for each other where we have to do like really silly or ridiculous stuff, or like I'm often kind of like known as one of the guys who will like just get naked or get like covered in goo or do anything, so I would say that's pretty ridiculous. I think it's serious art, but you know, it's also kind
that takes some courage though, to be the one that always gets covered in the goo or whatever. Yeah. Let's just remind everyone, because the Infinite Wrench is your current show every Friday and Saturday. Just like you do your business practices in a different way, in a unique way, and just like the theater is outside the box or untraditional, you do other stuff too. Like the first Saturday of every month is mask mandatory for people who need that. So you're allowing people who need a little bit of extra care to come see your shows. What's the pricing like on these shows? Is that like traditional tickets? You pay $100 to go see the theater, or like what?
We try to keep our prices pretty low. On Eventbrite, it's like $20, and there's some tiers. You know, if you can give more, we always welcome that. And if you want to risk it and just kind of roll up to the door, it's $13 plus the roll of a dice. So you could pay way cheaper than Eventbrite, or you could risk it and pay like the same as you come up.
Yeah, well, but also there's like group discounts and stuff like that, which is very cool as well too. If you haven't seen The Infinite Wrench, even though you've been eloquent about describing what your company does and your troupe does, it might be hard for people to imagine what like these 30 plays in 60 minutes actually looks like. Now it's non-illusory, right? It's all sort of based on real experience. But like I'm having a hard time kind of imagining what it's like. Is there any way that you could maybe give us an example of what one of these plays looks like?
Yeah, I can do one.
Okay, please.
Cool. So you have to imagine that, you know, we have the clothes line up with pieces of paper that have 1 through 30, right?
Okay.
So that's the order that we're pulling them in is sort of random, decided by the audience. So I'm going to have this piece of paper, and you're going to have to imagine that it's the number paper. It doesn't really matter for the play, but it like adds a little bit of like.
Okay. Do you want to put a number on there, or I mean, like, does that make it a little bit more?
Sure. This can be number 6.
Okay, excellent.
Doesn't really matter. Great.
Cool, thank you.
All right. So I pulled it, right? This play's called This Telescope Blows. Go. And that's curtain.
That's This Telescope Blows, everybody.
So that's kind
Jeff,
of
that was pretty fucking good.
One.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking good.
Sometimes, you know, they have words. Sometimes they're really stupid and short like that. Sometimes they're monologues. Sometimes they are quite profound and beautiful. We have songs. We have dance. It's very multimedia.
Yeah, and it runs the gamut from comedy to drama and everything in between. And it is highly entertaining. We were talking to Aroma. Aroma helps fundraise for their organization. Let's just say I had an extra $20 in my pocket, or I don't know, an extra $250,000 in my pocket. Is there any way that I could donate to the SF Neo-Futurists? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, you can donate, sfneofuturists.org/donate. You can put in your thing there. We love when people set up like a recurring donation monthly. We always have a little tip jar at the end of every show if people want to put that in there. And it does make a huge difference. We are all like, all of our budget comes from ticket sales, like individual donations and city grants, which is, you know, kind of a tumultuous thing right now.
Very much so.
But relying like on our donors is huge, and we so appreciate like anything that people can contribute.
Yeah, so I was seriously so stoked up when I knew that you and Aroma were going to be on the same show, just because I'm such a fan of your art and the things that you do, but also because, like I said to Aroma, both of you are doing the good work. This is so immensely important for community and for culture, what both of you are doing. And I really suggest that everybody go to one of these shows. It's never going to be the same thing. Also, if you got some extra money, donate to a wonderful organization like this. Now, ever since the Piano Fight days, the first time I saw one of the Futurist shows, I want to write a 2-minute play. I have an experience that I think would make a good one. It involves me being laid up for a long time, not being able to make love for more than 2 years because of a medical condition. The first time, finally got to make love again, a knee hit a chin, and I literally bit my tongue out and spit it out, or tongue off and spit it out. Would that make a good play?
I think that would make a great play,
okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Can we?
That's kinky.
Yeah, come to a crash course, write your play.
That's what I'm getting at. Because it's not just performance. You also do classes, and you also will go out to people's events and stuff like that as well too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do all kinds of workshops. We just had a crash course on Sunday, which is like, come for 3 hours, like we'll teach you about the form, and everyone will get a chance to like write stuff and perform it, so you walk away with something. At the end of the month, we have a workshop about practical effects. We do, we have a lighting grid, but we also make a bunch of our effects like in-house with like flashlights and shadow puppets. So we do a lot of like live sound and stuff that's like really cheap and easy to do. And we'll teach you how to do that, and we'll just like have our black box theater open for folks to like play around and stuff. And we do all kinds of gigs if folks want to like hire us to come to their school, teach a workshop. We'll do corporate stuff. I don't know if you want us to come to whatever office and like give everybody a workshop.
And probably make the office dynamic better for a day too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Funerals?
Yeah, somebody commented that on one of our ads actually recently, because it was kind of a weird one, and they were like, "Do you do funerals?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
If the price is right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the funny thing because I'm the house band tonight and I get that request all the time. Do you do funerals or whatever? So fuck the haters and the bullies online.
Fuck the haters, we're coming to your...
Yeah, we're coming to
dead
your...
request
Exactly.
funeral, and we're doing a
Absolutely.
play.
And we're doing a play. Yeah, absolutely. I actually think that Darth Hader could probably do a pretty good play at the SF Neo-Futurists. I just do want to ask you, though, quickly, because I really want to know this. You teach workshops and you have these, crash courses and stuff like that. How do you become a part? Like, how do you get on the cast or in the troupe?
Oh yeah, we do auditions. We do them every few years or so. When you show up, you sign up for a slot, you do a 2-minute play, so we'll ask you some questions, and then we'll call back a handful of folks.
Okay.
And that's sort of like a day of workshop stuff, of presenting work, working in a group, and then usually we'll have people sort of like, we'll give them a prompt at the end of Saturday night, and they'll have to like write a play for Sunday and bring that to us. And then we have a super, super long discussion. We're like really intentional about it, and then we will consensus on a handful of folks to join us.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that it is not totally impossible that I might someday end up as part of the company.
It's totally possible. I hope to see you at auditions, maybe in the spring.
Okay. Jeb, do you really love toast?
Yeah, I'm a toast lover.
Now, that brings me, because you can follow Jeb on Instagram at toastlover, LUVR. I'm also a big toast lover myself. And you got to follow the SF Neo-Futurists at SF Neo-Futurists and go to the website sfneofuturists.org. Learn about all the cool shows they're doing, possibly donate. Look, folks, I am having so much fun, even though I'm super fucking stressed out because I got to perform a set later while I'm still hosting this. And if you don't know at home, hosting this shit, there's a lot going on, okay? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I got so much incredible, support earlier today, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. And I'm getting more support from our wonderful guest, Jeb. We're going to have more from Jeb. We're going to have more from Aroma. Let's hear it for my backing band, everybody. I'm your pal, Steve Wardmore. I'm the host of What's Poppin'. I'm also the house band tonight. But we have not talked about my backing band up there playing our favorite songs from Star Wars all night long. Hey, it is Star Wars Day, everybody. I've even got my very realistic, fancy lightsaber over here and stuff. There we go. Yeah, that sounds like a lightsaber, doesn't it? But I'm really feeling the Force because, oh man, it is Star Wars Day. May the Fourth be with you. And I am very thirsty right now.
Whoa!
Delicious. Oh
Wow.
My goodness.
Amazing.
Wow, I think I really feel it because we have a Sith Lord with us over here, everybody. That's right. Darth Hader is with us tonight. Darth Hader, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Just sipping on my fifth, Steve.
You still got your fifth over there. That's true. We also have our other wonderful guest, Jeb, from the SF Neo-Futurists is with us. And, of course, Aroma from the Bay Area Girls Rock School. This is What's Poppin' live at the Complex. Oh, my God, my microphone. I got so into the Force. This is ASMR. This is great. And I'm too overwhelmed, folks. I never should have had the idea to be the house band tonight because I keep thinking about the set that I have to play later. Oh boy. Of course, it is Star Wars Day, everybody. If you love what we're doing, why not smash that follow button? Even better, smash the subscribe button. On YouTube, on Twitch, it's like $6 a month, and it helps me to keep doing ridiculous things that I think up in my mind. And we're going to do something bigger about this, but I want to remind everybody that we have never done any paid promotion. We have grown organically, and just the other day, our Instagram account reached 5,000 followers in a very short time. And we are going to do a giveaway for this or something because we're actually pretty proud of ourselves for never playing the game. Everyone hears about how Geese had the bot farm and then became the biggest rock band in the world.
They really? No, they didn't. Don't
Yeah,
tell me that.
they really did.
You're not up on the discourse.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Aroma, but hey, we've never done that. We don't have any fucking bot farms or anything. We're doing this the old-fashioned organic way, and it's because of all of you out there. So thank you so much for all of that. Now, let's get on with it, folks. This is Take a Shot. This is when Your pal Steve Wardmore gets inebriated live on camera. And also our wonderful guests, Aroma, Jeb, and Darth Hader are going to play along with us. I will remind everyone to take a shot. You know, in life, in art, in romance, in all things, we must take our metaphorical shot.
Yeah.
So now we're all going to share a shot that we've taken, and then at least I am going to drink this poison down the hatch for your entertainment at home. I will start us off, everybody. I took a big fucking shot today. Because I'm telling you, hosting the show is not an easy thing. There's a lot going on. But crisis hit, we lost our band, and I decided to fucking be the house band. And that is a huge shot for me to take. So I am going to be proud of myself and burst that bubble of self-doubt that we heard about earlier. And now it is down the hatch.
Ow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo!
God, I feel like a lightsaber was just shoved down my esophagus. Wow. Okay, well, look, that was my shot. Aroma, what's a shot that you've taken?
Okay, a shot that I've taken recently. Oh, I just dropped my first EP in like 4 years.
Hell yeah.
And I drove around to every local radio station I could find in the Bay Area and tried to hand them a CD and give them some of my merch for free.
For real.
Yeah.
I
for real.
love that.
Like door knocking. Like actually like, hey guys,
Absolutely.
you want to listen to this? And here's some merch to go with it. As if they care. They don't even know who I am. I'm giving them a t-shirt as if like, as if they want, as if they're going to wear it, right?
Yeah.
But it is a cute t-shirt. So I'm like, I know some people who like the merch more before they even like the music.
Okay, I'm so happy to hear this. In fact, how can we listen to this album? Like, how do we listen to the EP?
Oh yeah, it's out on all the things. It's called Smitten. So if you put
Okay.
in Aroma Smitten, it might pop up.
Okay.
But that definitely, my shot has been like cold emailing local. I have a list of local radio stations nationally that are kind of like, you know, CalX or
Okay.
like, or KPFA and stuff like that. And I'm going to be sending them all also this kind of cold email of like, hey guys,
Love
just want
this.
you to listen. But I definitely did the CDs out the trunk. I've been handing a CD to whoever wants to. I'm not selling them, you know.
Okay.
But I'm just like, here you go. You want one?
Hell yeah. Look, this is inspiring as always.
Yeah.
That is a shot we're taking. Now, Aroma has a massive, massive shot of Red Bull
I know, I definitely
that
did.
they
It's more like a little
are
shot.
going to take on. We're bringing Jar Jar out for this one because even Jar Jar. Misa, racist stereotype. Wasn't Jar Jar a racist stereotype? Was that the wrong time to say that? It's down the hatch. It's down the hatch. Don't you remember that controversy? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Aroma did the whole thing. It's going to get wild.
Sponsor me. I'm just kidding.
Let's hear it for Aroma, everybody.
The logo wasn't on there, but I swear to God, that was delicious. And I love Red Bull.
Yeah, wow, okay, I like this.
Sponsor me.
Jeb, what is a shot that you've taken?
A shot I took a couple years ago, I was auditioning for something that was more aligned with traditional theater, and it was like bring a monologue, bring a comedic monologue and do a song. And I did like a, you know, regular ass musical theater song, but for the monologue, I was like, oh, a 2-minute comedic monologue, I'm gonna do one of my own plays. And so I did a play that I wrote for my Neo-Futurist audition, which is about how I used to work at the zoo and was always like thinking about what it would be like to be a monkey in the zoo, and I peel a banana with my feet. So I just like did that in the audition, in this like very serious audition, and just the room dead silent, like nothing. But it was really fun, and I did not book that job, but it was
Okay.
a shot worth taking.
I mean, honestly, like, there's so much there. You used to work at a zoo?
Yeah, I used to work at the Oakland Zoo.
Holy shit. That was a shot, what we're taking, but we need to focus on what kind of shot Jeb is about to take right here.
Yes.
This is the secret sauce from Toulon, one of our favorite restaurants in the neighborhood. That's got the carrots, the vinegar, and the jalapeno, and
Jalapeno.
apparently Jeb is about to fucking do this shot right now. So Jeb, down the hatch, my friend.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
it's good on the rolls, but as its own thing. Kind of weird.
Let's hear it for that. Jeb, you're wild.
It's hitting, yeah.
You are wild. Okay, well, as Jeb deals with that jalapeno, Darth Hader, what's a shot that you've taken?
Well, shit, Steve, I got a shot that I could tell you about, but it may get me self-incriminating. So you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Boy.
Oh my God.
It's Star Wars Day, everybody. And now that I am all liquored up, It's time for the real questions.
Oh.
Okay, so people need to know that everybody in Star Wars is actually from the Bay Area because they were created here. And I often think about what all the Star Wars, characters are doing when they're not working on Star Wars. So we're about to play a game. This game is called the What Are They Doing game, Star Wars
Wait,
Edition.
I gotta ask you, I forget. So everybody, you're not saying all the actors, not all the actors.
Well, all
No way.
the Star Wars thing. They were created here, like they were born here. They were
Oh, right.
born in the Bay
'Cause
Area.
it's the Oakland Cranes, right? That inspired the big ships.
The whole thing, yeah, and
Yeah.
George Lucas is a Bay Area, yeah. The whole thing, and there's got like Lucas Film and Lucas Arts is here, yeah. So they were all born, created here. So we've got to think about what are the Star Wars characters doing when they're not working on Star Wars. So everyone is going to see. I want you to take a good look at your monitor here. Everyone's going to see an image, and I'm going to ask you what the Star Wars character is doing. So first up, of course, everybody knows and loves Jar Jar Binks. We got a Jar Jar right here. So what is Jar Jar waiting in line for? Can you see Jar Jar there? What is Jar Jar waiting in line for on his day off? Any guesses?
Looks like he's got to take a shit at Starbucks.
He's got to take a shit so bad, and he's like trying to work up the courage to like ask these other people in line if he can cut.
Right, with the one arm
Like,
out.
sorry.
Shit. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good guess. It's because they're all so well dressed. I'm like, Jar Jar, what are you doing there? I mean, not that he doesn't belong there, but I'm like, look at all these like nice business professional people.
These are all really good guesses,
Yeah.
but unfortunately you're all wrong because what Jar Jar is really waiting in line for, he had to go down to the STI clinic
Oh my god.
Yeah,
to
Jar
get
Jar.
tested. But apparently,
You
based on
dirty
his look there, it looks like the test came out positive
all
or
good.
whatever.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
so yeah, that test definitely came out positive.
That's
Let's
a
hear
round
it
of
for Jar
antibiotics
Jar.
can't fix, right? It's a pillable solution.
By the way, Jar Jar is quite promiscuous. Okay,
he's
so
clean, though.
again, like
go to the sex
Chewbacca, yeah, Chewbacca lives in the Bay Area. Why is Chewbacca sad? Look at poor Chewbacca there.
He just got
Yeah.
evicted.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Looks like he just ran out of fentanyl, Steve.
Okay.
Fuck.
We got one for eviction, one for fentanyl. Jeb.
I think he's like trying out polyamory for the first time, but he saw his like primary partner
Oh.
on a date, and so he just had
Wow.
to. He didn't want to be seen, but he had to like take a moment and think about his choices.
Okay, I love our guests' minds and their creativity. These are all wonderful, wonderful guests. But we actually have a winner here, folks, because
He's polyamorous.
Chewbacca got priced out of his apartment.
Oh,
Exactly, and look who priced him out.
the Monopoly man.
Yeah, with the Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoin money or whatever. Let's hear it for Roma for
How did I know?
getting that. Absolutely.
I'm like, fuck.
That's too real.
Crash on my couch.
Chewbacca can crash here anytime. Now, finally, of course, we all know and love Yoda, right? Master Yoda. What is Yoda up to right now? Again, he's not working.
Looks
On
like
Star
he's
Wars.
off the Zaz, Steve.
Okay. Darth Vader. Anyone else want to take a guess there?
I think he's taking in some like new public art, like they put up another naked person by the Embarcadero.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm into that.
Okay. Yeah. Aroma, you got a guess?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely like taking something in. Something about his eyes like lets me know he's trying to like wrestle with the acceptance of some sad news. Maybe it's like all these years and he just got like he's terminally ill, but we don't know how old
Wow.
he is yet, you know. But I
he
definitely
smoked
feel like
the
some sense
indica.
of public like he's a little high. I think it's a mixture of everything. He's a little high, right? He's looking at some art and he's like, damn, like mortality affects me too.
He's
Okay,
like
so
450 years old.
Right.
I'm pretty
he's like, I had a
sure-
good run, obviously.
yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure our guests are using the Force because you're not necessarily wrong.
he's terminally ill.
You're not, well, I mean, honestly, we really got to see this real quick because you are not necessarily wrong. Because what Yoda is really doing is selling nitrous oxide balloons outside of the UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital. So you're not kind of wrong.
Fatties I have.
You're not kind of wong. Yeah. Ice cold fatties.
He's walking up and down. I'm okay.
Oh my god.
deals you can get.
Let's hear it for our guests, everybody. Everyone did a great job on that. Thank you so much. So on this day in the year 1006, the Persian Sufi Khwaja Abdullah Ansari was born in Herat, Khorasan, which is now Afghanistan. Khwaja once wrote, "O Lord, give me a heart I can pour in thanksgiving. Give me life so I can spend it working for the salvation of the world." Can art save the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it definitely. I think my mission with art is to be like an enemy of apathy. You gotta care to want to change. You have to be affected to be transformed, right? And I think art does that. It penetrates that stagnant, like complacency that kind of perpetuates or like builds every fucked up thing that we're experiencing. So in that way, yes. I don't know if the song is gonna cure cancer, but it can make someone feel moved enough, right, about death to say, like, how do I look into a cure, like, to end this specific type of suffering, you know? Because science might tell you the answer, right? But it's not gonna make you care about the answer. I think it's art's job to make you care about the truths of the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's real.
Jeb?
I think art can serve as a vehicle to show people the world as it could be, and also maybe, you know, like put up a mirror to the world as it is, or like, you know, the evils within, whatever, for us to grapple with. But I really do think like, the purpose of art, besides like, you know, waking people up and being an enemy of apathy, is to like give people either like a visual or sonic cue as to like what could be an alternative. And I also think, you know, you can sneak a lot of stuff into art, you know. You can write a song about like how to make a Molotov cocktail, and then it can be like a big hit, and then people know how to do it. But you know, you don't get that in trouble because it's art. Just saying.
Stoke those imaginations.
Yeah.
Like you can't embody a future.
And like
you can't
the
see.
wordplay that you could use to finally get to the recipe for a Molotov cocktail could be
Right.
such a beautiful lyric as well too.
I actually did. Okay. Side note: I had a separate project that never came out that I was writing around the 2020 riots, which was exactly that. It was like writing lyrics about like how to treat pepper spray, the kind of gear to wear when you're going out to like protest, all this different shit, which is funny.
So, okay, actually, on a side note myself as well, too, I mean, we may need those lyrics pretty soon because is wild shit that is happening in our nation right now. And, you know, so folks at home know that food is really important to me, okay? And, like, all I need to know about someone is what they eat. And this is why on Star Wars Day, I cannot trust our president because he likes his steak well done, 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 dun, 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 dun. Today is the National Day of Renewal, everybody. What does renewal mean to you?
It's like when you gotta re-register your car.
Shout out to DMV.
Keep on driving.
Okay. Darth Hader, you got anything about that?
Shit, I may have to renew this fifth, Steve.
Oh, boy. Okay. Hey, today is also Anti-Bullying Day. Bullying is more prevalent than ever because, you know, online bullying and all this kind of stuff. Are there people who deserve to be bullied?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, tell us about that. Why?
I have some controversial opinions about like responses to. I don't know. I have some
This is the place for your controversial opinions. Let's hear it. Yeah.
I don't believe in the prison industrial complex. I don't believe in jail, but I do believe in torture. And I know that might sound like a contradiction. And I get it. There's all types of reasons that's wrong. I don't feel everyone should feel what I feel. But it's like I don't think the state should enact that. But I do believe in people just going toe to toe and like beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Or like vigilante, catch him, put him in the basement. Like, you know, I feel like, you know,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, I definitely support the will of a wild individual just enacting justice more than I would trust the state to do so. And in that regard, like, you know, be it torture or the jail in your basement, you know, I think some people do need to be have a healthy amount of shame.
Here we go.
A healthy amount of shame.
Yeah, this might not be controversial. We're getting the truth here. Both of you were so precise when you said yes if people deserve to be bullied. Jeb.
Yeah, I mean, I think if, in comedy you try to punch up and not punch down, I think you should I think we should be bullying politicians. I think when people find, I won't say names, find, somebody's house who's a San Francisco politician who's been doing some shady shit or supporting weird stuff, and you go to his house and you're like, you fuck ass,
Yes.
why do you do this? You shouldn't do this, stop supporting Israel, blah, blah, blah. We should be bullying that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And, the spectrum of, physical violence that's a personal choice, and I do think there's a time and a place. But I do think just, we should bring back heckling. We should bring back just, walking around and you see someone in power and being like, hey, that sucks. You look stupid, whatever. And I don't think we should be doing that to, people in our community day to day, talk out your problems. But yeah, absolutely, we should be bullying.
Yeah, I mean, I will just mention that, what's the old saying? You got to fight fire with fire. And sometimes, just being nice, well, I don't know. I like to be nice. I think be kind. But I'm getting inspired by you. Also, I think that we might have been trying to get that politician on the show last year. But now, yeah, probably not. Darth Hater.
Let me be on at the same time.
That's what I'm saying.
Really.
Yeah, we can work in front. Darth Hater, do people deserve to be bullied?
Yeah, Steve, I'd be straight hating out here, so,
Just want to remind everybody that Darth Hater is also a breeder of...
Frenchie bulldogs.
yeah, there you go. There's some of your puppies right there.
Really cute little.
Yeah, Darth Hater is pretty sweet.
I love Frenchies. They look like
sweet.
gargoyles to me.
Now, today is Melanoma Monday. Melanoma kills countless people every year. It's a real danger. I got to be more I'm constantly sunburned, and I need to be more careful about that. Okay, so protect your skin, folks. What is a cancer in the Bay Area scene?
I think corniness is a cancer everywhere. I don't think there's a lot of that here, but you see it pop up every now and again. Not everywhere.
Well,
not camp.
You just spoke directly to
Yeah,
me, didn't you?
I just don't like when shit is corny. But I don't think that's specific to the Bay Area. Every scene everywhere has some people who are really bad at, who are really down for what they do, and then when you can tell it's contrived and corny.
I appreciate that answer, but I'm about to perform Aroma, and you're going to see some corny.
No,
ass
I like
shit,
your
dude.
music.
No,
That's
you have
not-
no idea what's coming up. Thank you for speaking your truth, but that does feel like it was directed.
No, because
I'm messing with you, I'm
corniness
messing
is
with
not
you.
even about. It's like the energy. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you.
It's like when it's
Yeah.
like poserness,
Hell yeah.
or it's like
Hell yeah.
I don't know, because something could be quirky and not be corny.
Yeah,
there's plenty of
absolutely.
weird shit. Like Weird Al Yankovic. Tell me why that guy is true through and through.
Hey,
and that's
yeah.
as corny as it can
corny as it
possibly
comes, yeah.
get. Exactly, but it's not
Okay.
He's not a fucking cornball.
Okay, I
in the
feel
way
you.
where I'm like.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. for
Because
that.
it's true to him. It's true to him.
Yeah, it's true within, yeah,
True to
yeah.
him.
Yeah, the authenticity. Absolutely. Yeah. Isn't that like the whole lesson of Star Wars too? You know what I mean? Find the force inside of you. Yeah, Jeb, what's a cancer in the Bay Area scene?
People who still wear Allbirds and really ugly shoes. I think,
Dude, Allbirds announced recently that they're getting out of the shoe game and getting into the AI game.
exactly.
This is a real thing.
What's an Allbird?
That's corny
It's
as
like
fuck.
it's like that. It's like a sneaker, but it's really ugly.
It's like a San Francisco made shoe, but they're giving up the shoe. Okay, so people that wear Allbirds.
Parking meters and meter maids.
Fuck yeah.
Now that's a cancer. That's it.
Like
That's
having
it.
a street right outside of your studio here
That
and
you have to
getting your
charge
car towed, you know, at a place that you work or whatever. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Or like the owner of the place, George gets his fucking car
That's what
towed
I'm
or
saying,
whatever. Yeah. Should we ask Darth Hater this question? Okay. Hey, this is the famous "What's Poppin" question. This is the
Yes.
speed round, so we gotta jump in there real quick. What song do you wish was written about you?
Triple Trouble by the Beastie Boys.
Ooh, I've not heard this on the show before. It's a great fucking choice. Okay. Darth Hater or Aroma?
Oh fuck, it's hard. I would say anything Sade because I love her, and just imagining her writing anything about me, I'd be like, oh.
I got that Sade best of double vinyl.
Yeah.
Like that thing's gonna get worn out. Yeah. Darth Hater, how about you?
I'd say Haters by TLC, Steve.
Hell yeah.
You don't say. Of course, everybody knows that on Star Wars Day, the one song that I wish was written about me is everyone's famous favorite song, the Star Wars Cantina song. Da 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 ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba. There it is. There it is. There it is. My band is hitting that shit tight. Yeah. Oh, yours too good for me. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're too much. Get out of here.